Most likely, you're about to get your monthly paycheck, and you're probably also curious, is it right now time to buy Cronos? Or is it wise to do something else right now? Well guys, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm the Coin Baron, and today we're looking again at the monthly values of CRO versus US dollar versus Bitcoin. Basically, all you want to know about CRO and if you need to buy or sell right now. And honestly, it's been a while, but the last time, I have to say, it was in October of 2023, and I had this buy signal over here. Well, that was quite a good call, I would say. I also made some mistakes. I would have loved to buy more at the bottom, but hey, we can't really predict the bottom perfectly. So it is what it is, and it's time to look forward right now. So what are the charts really telling us? And it might seem that we have this downward trend really from March onwards, but it isn't actually that bad. Why? Well, let's zoom out a little bit, and then you can see we can even draw this bull flag over here. And it seems to be really a bull flag. Why? Because it's actually pointing downward. You also have those bear flags, but those point upwards. So this one is actually quite good. Then what will be our target? Well, we can actually get this pole over here, copy it over, drag it out. And if it breaks, like, let's say in a few days, it can even be a bit forwards over here. So let's say it breaks in the next few days. We'd have a target of give or take 18 cents. Yeah, well, for let's say May. That will be my first base case for the next few days or even weeks. So yes, quite bullish. But where are we in the greater scale of things? I honestly don't get out of bed for an 18-cent CRO. I'm really aiming for a lot higher targets. So that's why also I zoomed out a little bit, because then we start to see the really interesting targets. And why is that? Well, just look at this line over here. So I just mentioned, well, the line, the pole is going to get near to, like, say, $18 cents. And that is really interesting because that's historically been such a strong level. So going back to the 2020 bull run, it came there, hit support. Well, it came there all the time. And it was also our short-term top. So that can be a short-term top again. We can have this summer lull where we have this fun run up to like 18 cents, but then we go down for like the summer months when people go to the beach and don't like to spend their time in altcoins. I do see that as a possible scenario. But then we also have the scenario where we have this left translated cycle where we can see tops coming up to us a lot earlier than we expect. So this is, I think, only the first hurdle that we need to overcome. After definitively breaking those 18 cents, it does seem like the sky is the limit. We might have a little bit of struggle breaking 37, like I mentioned in my previous video, but that's kind of it. After that, it's straight up to $1. But we might have a few days or a few weeks struggling at $18 cents. So be aware. I will make sure next month we will revisit and check in on the $18 cent level. So do make sure you subscribe to the channel for more info on that one. Anyways, we also have different indicators. And the one on the screen right now is the Altcoin Season Index. And this one is always very interesting to me. Why is that? Well, Bitcoin is, I think, still the king of crypto. And currently it is looking to be more Bitcoin season than anything else. While I was gone, well, you do see it has become more and more altcoin season leading up to 2024. But it's mainly due to amazing performance of coins like Solana, but also the more small coin caps like with Doghead. All those meme coins were popping up left and right. And that was really what led us to altcoin season. Although this tracker is mainly tracking the top 50 of altcoins versus Bitcoin. But of course, with the later, less performance of Bitcoin, it's dragging all altcoins down as well. With some altcoins even dipping more than 60%. That's also why we are seeing more and more Bitcoin season. And we have set up this trend, so I do think we might be diving down into Bitcoin season a bit more in the future days. And I do see that as something more negative for Cronos than anything else. Because if it's Bitcoin season, well, Cronos will not be spared, I think. Luckily, we do have the CRO Bitcoin charts to test our hypothesis. And that's not looking too good either. So the most important thing I see right away is that we have this downward sloping trend. And the last time this was a bull flag, but right now, if you zoom out, it looks more like a dead cat bounce. It is still testing this support level down here. Let me draw the line. This is still, I've been looking for this range for weeks already. I need to test this range one more time. So my short-term base case is that we will be going down in Bitcoin value for Cronos. So something like this, most probably. And only then, and this will most likely, it seems to be playing out the beginning of the summer, then we can start to see if we actually break out or break down below. This is for me the most important part. And I am more leading towards the upside. And why is that? Well, we have to look at the bigger picture of altcoins. Let's go to a different large cap altcoin like Matic. And we can do this for a lot of different altcoins. But look at these lines over here. This yellow line, let me zoom out a little bit. So to the weekly, this has been so important support, these yellow lines. And I need to go a bit to the left over here. These yellow and also the pink line were so important support. But in the last few days, we have broken down below it in the last few weeks even. So Bitcoin is heavily outperforming Matic. Then back to the CRO Bitcoin chart. And honestly, this structure looks so much more healthy to me. We're still in the same support levels as back then in 2021, which is very good. To me, it still allows for a scenario where it will retest or even overtake the previous all-time high for CRO versus Bitcoin. But even in my bear case that we won't visit the same all-time high, we will go up in Bitcoin. Let's say we revisit the previous support lines over here. That would still be a modest increase of, let's say, 500%. So yes, guys, we're still looking at a fire sale of CRO versus Bitcoin in the long view. However, as I mentioned earlier, in the short-term view, things are looking a bit more bearish. And that's why I'm not exchanging my complete stack of Bitcoin yet. And that's mainly because, as you see over here on the charts, it looks just a little bit, the green lines over here, but we're still talking about 15-16%. And that's quite a lot for me personally. Anyways, only time will tell. And I will keep you up to date. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those were the indicators for Cronos this month in April. And honestly, a lot of mixed signals there. CRO US dollar looks ready to blast. So that one is absolutely bullish. But Bitcoin and altcoins are still very much fighting and struggling there. And I would definitely give the win to Bitcoin on that one. Overall, though, I would say, guys, for my personal portfolio, I'll be puffing nothing anymore in US dollar. In my previous videos, I was keeping a bit on the safe side for my war chest. But this time around, guys, I don't see any big dips anymore occurring personally. I am putting all of it in crypto. And there, personally, because I do see that, relatively speaking, Cronos is also cheap in Bitcoin terms, I will do 75% in Cronos allocation this month. And still 25% in Bitcoin because, well, we always have to respect the king, right? Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what your allocation looks like this month. Are you still Bitcoin heavy, CRO maxi? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this kind of content, also please do leave that like, very important to me, and subscribe to the channel. But it's me, I'm the Coin Baron, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.